There's one more aspect of the Maya Kowalski case that makes no sense. I want to share it with you guys in case any of you can help me to understand this because I remain completely baffled by this. So, without further ado, here we go. We're going to pull up the decision again. We're going to go a little bit out of order, and I'll explain why as we go through it. And this is the part about fraudulent billing. And I remember it specifically because of the documentary on Netflix, where what happened is the hospital, the whole time they were claiming that Maya did not have CRPS, it turned out that they were billing the insurance for a code using CRPS. So the Kowalski said, well, that's fraud because you said she did not have CRPS, and therefore you did not treat her for CRPS. So let's have a look. The trial court denied JX's motion for directed verdict on Mr. Kowalski's claim that JX fraudulently billed the Kowalski's health insurance carrier by using a billing code for CRPS. In other words, when they submit their bills to the insurance company has certain codes that you have to insert in order to tell them what care you provided, what services you provided, in order for them to properly reimburse you. JX contends that the trial court erred in denying its motion for directed verdict, where Mr. Kowalski presented no evidence that JX made a false statement of material fact in billing Mr. Kowalski's insurance carrier under a code for CRPS, and he presented no evidence of damages. There's no dispute that Maya was admitted to JX having already been diagnosed with CRPS by another physician. Okay, but that's not what the hospital said. The dispute concerns JX's billing of the Kowalski's insurer, where, according to Mr. Kowalski, the hospital did not believe that Maya had CRPS and did not treat Maya for CRPS. However, Mr. Kowalski presented no evidence that JX's bills included false statements. JX's bills included as many as 12 diagnosis codes, and Mr. Kowalski was unable to testify what percentage of insurer reimbursement was for CRPS versus the other codes, including nutrition, endoscopy, and child neglect abandonment. Okay, here's what I do not understand. First of all, what difference does it make this whole percentage of codes that was reimbursed? What is, if there was 1% that was false, it's still false. What does this whole percentage matter? So that seems like a red herring to me. But more fundamentally, the Kowalski's claim is that the hospital did not believe that Maya was suffering from CRPS, and that's why they reported to the Florida Department of Child Services that they suspected that Maya was being abused because the mom wanted ketamine for CRPS. Now, the appellate court is saying, well, it's true that Maya had CRPS, okay, and therefore they did not make any false statements. Well, if it's true that Maya had CRPS, then why do they suspect child abuse to begin with? The whole basis for calling the Department of Child Services was because they did not believe the parents that Maya had CRPS. So both of them cannot be true at the same time. And that's the point. Now, again, let me back up a little bit because it's going to help the framework a little bit better. Nothing in the record suggests that JX's participation in implementing the dependency court order as it was required to do so was not done in good faith. Well, one second. The good faith, I thought, was because they did not believe the parents that Maya had CRPS. But if while they're billing for CRPS the whole time, then why do they suspect the child abuse? If they believed that there was actually a CRPS because that's what they were billing for, then what was their good faith basis for reporting the child abuse? Now, here we go again. Based on the facts before it, the trial court determined very easily that Jack had reasonable cause to report suspected child abuse to the department hotline. Well, why? I thought it was because they did not believe the Kowalski family that Maya actually had CRPS. But yet they were billing for CRPS. So which is it? If it was true that they actually thought that Maya did have CRPS, and that's why they billed for CRPS, well then, what is their good faith basis for reporting the child abuse? But on the other hand, if they did not believe Maya had CRPS, yet they said to the insurance company that we're actually treating her for CRPS, but they were not treating her for CRPS, then that should be a false statement. And why does the appellate court say it's not a false statement? And now here's the kicker. And we can go all the way back towards the beginning. Evidence at trial established that Jack attempted to transfer Maya to another hospital, but that the Kowalskis would not consent to transfer because the insurance codes on the transfer form indicated that Maya had Munchausen syndrome or conversion disorder, or was the target of Munchausen syndrome by proxy, and did not indicate that Maya was suffering with CRPS. So you have some forms that say she is suffering from CRPS, and forms right here that are being given as part of this transfer order that says she does not have CRPS. So which is it? To me, I do not understand it. It has to be one or the other. If the hospital believed Maya's parents that she had CRPS, and therefore they billed the insurance company for CRPS, and therefore they did not make any false statements according to the appellate court, then what on earth was the reasonable good faith basis that the trial court believed for reporting the suspected child abuse? And if it's true that they did not believe her, and therefore they were not treating her for CRPS, then the mere fact that she had been diagnosed by another doctor for CRPS does not make it true that the hospital was actually treating her for CRPS, and therefore it should be a false statement. To me, a glaring contradiction. I don't see how this can be reconciled. A whole other reason why I think this case should go to the Florida Supreme Court. Let them sort it out. It's a whole mess. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If there's something I'm missing, I welcome your feedback. Until next time, thanks for tuning in.